Changes are being made and the ability to choose where to get a student loan is being eliminated. We will tell you why.
Tattoos are more popular today than ever. What should you consider the next time you are thinking about getting a tattoo?
The South Plains Obedience Training Club of Lubbock held obedience and rally trials over the weekend. Coming up, we will look at some of the fun.
And finding time to eat right and stay active is difficult for most college students. What is the Student Counseling Center doing to help?
From the College of Mass Communications on the campus of Texas Tech University, this is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Trevor Miller.
And I'm Amanda Bateman. Starting July 1st, the United States Department of Education will be responsible for all student loans. Gina Martinez takes a look at how this will affect students as well as financial institutions.
Texas Tech students will no longer have the option to pick and choose where they take out a student loan. Starting July 1st, the United States Department of Education will take over all student lending in an effort to save more green. But this is not good news for financial institutions across the nation.
Many dispute that, and I'm one of them that disputes that there's going to be any savings by moving it to a direct loan program.
Texas Tech Federal Credit Union CEO Ellen Hines says although the government's decision was no surprise, it's going to have a huge impact on current lenders. The credit union is the second largest lender for the tech community, and almost half of the loans distributed are student loans. She says the credit union also works with students in other areas of banking, so the program will have a major effect on everyday business as well.
We tried to cross-sell and help them establish some other credit as well as deposit accounts here at the credit union. We'll see a huge decrease in that because we're no longer in the student loan business.
The new bill estimates savings of more than $85 billion over 10 years, but Hines said a report released by Sallie Mae, a student lending company, estimated more than 35,000 jobs will be lost because of the new bill. While the new direct loan program won't affect any jobs in the Student Financial Aid Office, Associate Director Paul Blake says the staff is being retrained on information for the direct loan program. However, he says he is concerned for the students after they graduate. He says the government has contracted 4 different independent loan servicers, which can make it confusing for students to know how to pay their loans back.
Our concern as a school is like, well, then how does student A or student B know where their loans are at and who they need to contact?
Another change students can expect is the loss of any incentives with their loans. In the past, students could get rewards for paying back loans early, but those will no longer be offered after July 1st. Tech senior Maria Sanchez says she wishes she knew more about the bill because she plans to take out more loans for grad school.
I think we should have been more informed about it because, I've gotten letters, but it really didn't say exactly that that's what was happening.
Blake says the transition is a challenge, but the Financial Aid Office will be prepared to meet students' needs by the fall 2010 semester.
We're going to use summer kind of as our pilot program. We have a lot less students who borrow in the summer. It'll help us work out any bumps in the road, be ready for our largest population, which would be in August for fall.
For MCTV, I'm Gina Martinez.
Thanks, Gina. Tattoos are becoming more and more popular thanks to shows such as LA Ink. But what should you think about the next time you consider getting a tattoo? Alyssa Little takes a look at the increasing popularity of tattoos and what tattoo artist Justin Atkins says about choosing the right tattoo.
They are a common sight these days. Whether a single cross or a detailed sleeve of art, tattoos are no longer a taboo topic. Broadway Church of Christ minister Bill Starcher says his youth pastor has one, and tattoo artist Justin Atkins says he sees mothers and daughters getting inked as a pair.
Well, since LA Ink came out and all that kind of stuff, tattoos have become a little more mainstream. It's okay to bring your mom in and get tattooed nowadays. People are curious, they're not disgusted anymore. We always joke it's not just for sailors and prostitutes anymore, but that's the truth of the matter. That's kind of what the TV has done for us, is now soccer moms come in and get tattooed.
Atkins says research is a key component when deciding to tat it up. Professional tools and a sterile working environment play essential parts in keeping it safe and everlasting. Texas Tech senior Amy Stadelman says she learned her lesson the hard way.
I got it done, and after I got it done, it was kind of swollen, so it looked kind of a little blurred, but not as bad as it got. And just the ink slowly bled out a little, so it's like blurry writing now.
Finding a trustworthy place to get a tattoo is the first step. Atkins says it is also important to consider age and trends before taking the permanent plunge.
I'm anti-tattoos before of legal age. I even to this point, I'm almost 28 years old, and I still don't know what I want for the rest of my life. Who knows what I want when I'm 65, you know what I mean? A 16-year-old should not be given the ability to decide, I want this big giant chest piece, and it happens every day.
Whether for sentimental or artistic reasons, Atkins says skin art has certainly become more mainstream. He is tattooing an increased amount of customers these days, which is slowly diminishing the negative stigma surrounding the inked population. With MCTV, I'm Alyssa Little.
Thanks, Alyssa. The South Plains Obedience Training Club of Lubbock hosted the American Kennel Club All-Breed Dog Obedience and Rally Trials over the weekend. Lacey Holcomb has more.
The dogs were on their best behavior Saturday and Sunday at the American Kennel Club All-Breed Dog Obedience and Rally Trials hosted by the South Plains Obedience Training Club of Lubbock. Dogs performed rally and competitive obedience trials. Dr. Rhonda Clark is a local veterinarian, and 3 of her dogs participated in the event.
Yeah, I think Rally, the particular event you're seeing this afternoon, is a very, very good stepping stone for the beginning of competitive obedience. It builds confidence being out in front of other people and strange dogs, and it gives them an opportunity to practice their skills.
Dr. Clark started with her first obedience training when she was in the 9th grade with a terrier. She says she has been training all her life.
Probably back in 1996 was when I first started doing competitive obedience, and I've had dogs now that have competed at the national level in obedience and in agility.
Dr. Clark is currently showing a miniature poodle and 2 Australian shepherds.
Number one most reason that I train dogs at all is because for me it really builds a bond with your dogs that just living with your dogs as a pet doesn't. Anything that you and your dog learn to do together is just one more thing that builds that, companion dog and human relationship.
Dr. Clark's blue Merle Australian Shepherd Gretchen and white miniature poodle Skid both won ribbons and toys in the novice level of the trials. Clark's love for dogs and obedience training sets her apart from other competitors.
Eating right and staying active is difficult for most college students because it is expensive as well as time-consuming. The Student Counseling Center hosted a week of events to help students learn how to take care of their bodies. Caitlin Marie Hobson has more.
Everyone hears working out and eating healthy is important for living a healthy life. Unfortunately, for many college students, healthy eating is costly and working out time-consuming. So the Student Counseling Center at Texas Tech put on a week of events to help students learn how to take care of their bodies and learn healthy body image. During Feed Your Body and Soul Week, students could attend free exercise sessions at the rec center, including climbing the rock wall and an introductory belly dancing class. The Counseling Center also put on a healthy microwave cooking class that taught students how to make healthy, affordable meals without the luxuries of a kitchen. Staff psychologist at the Student Counseling Center, Katie Brown, says college students are especially at risk for eating disorders.
It's your first time out on your own, so it's stressful. It can become a coping mechanism. But on top of that, you're not under your parents' supervision anymore, so you might change your eating habits because of that as well.
Brown says people who suffer from eating disorders are influenced by many outside sources.
People that were bullied, especially men that were bullied as children, are at an increased risk for body image disturbance. So it's messages you get from your family, messages you get from your peers, messages you get from culture.
Health educator at the Student Wellness Center, Jenna Poole, says it's not just women who suffer from poor body image.
I think that's a common misconception. There's actually a lot of guys out there, especially guys that are interested in building large amounts of muscles. I think that is probably just as big of an issue.
Brown calls the world a culture obsessed with beauty. Men must have muscles, and women have to look younger and younger the older they get. But there are movements to fight unhealthy body image. The Dove Campaign for Real Beauty launched in 2004. According to their website, their mission is to help women feel beautiful by widening stereotypical views of beauty.
I think it's really important to know what a healthy body image is and to strive for that rather than this fake image of computerized perfection.
For MCTV, I'm Caitlin Marie Hobson.
Yeah, I understand it is difficult to work out and eat right with such a busy schedule.
That's very true, especially for college students.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching our MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Trevor Miller.
And I'm Amanda Bateman, and we hope that you have a great week.